is.
It already happened. No,
You're live. Oh.
I know, right?
We're good? All right. We're coming back for game 2. Big upset, EGL
Yes.
taking game 1.
Yes.
We're all kind of like, what just happened?
First loss of the season for FN.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the finals. And pretty convincingly. It wasn't like it was a
Very
close game. I mean,
convincing.
they were behind pretty much the whole game. There was like a little bit there where they're like, oh, they're just going to start scaling. They're going to go back to their ways and just farm. And then they just took fights, and EGL used their lead and ran it down. And
Yep. Good job of staying coordinated and getting those objectives
Yeah.
and forcing FN into some weird spots. So.
yeah, I wonder if the Swain is going to hit the bans. Senna looked great.
Yeah.
I don't know Risk It plays Senna. That would be
I don't think so.
It's a really good
I
blue
haven't
side
seen
first
it,
pick.
so no.
Maybe some champ pools being exposed here in the finals
Yeah.
where you hate to see that kind of thing.
Yeah,
but-
we see the meta kind of evolve, and FN was picking what they've picked all split, but it's really changed. Senna is right up there. We see her first picked a lot in competitive. We see her kind of just take over that game, and her healing
Yep.
and utility is just like unique to the AD carry role. It's not like utility like the Sivir, the Ashe, or Varus we've seen as utility AD carries. She brings healing, slows, shields, a lot of damage late game.
Yeah.
Dude,
so
literally like invisibility, basically.
yeah,
Like,
free escape, a root. Yeah, she does a lot. She was released in 2020 or 2019? One of the last. She's the newest
strong.
AD carry,
Yeah, I'm
so
not sure.
that's why she's very good.
Yeah.
So that's probably going to be a priority, and if they do switch their bans, EGL has the picks that they were banning before, the Malphite, the other stuff that
Yeah.
hit the bin last game, come back into some of their more practice. Another comp we've seen EGL play was like we talked about their Galio good.
Yeah.
Camille Galio they played in earlier in the season, looked very good, and then interesting to see if FN plays tank top again because they got exposed with what they've been playing.
with
Swain.
the Swain answer to the Shen.
Yeah.
Oh, that was very
FN on
strong.
blue side, I wonder if they pick up that Lucian early too and kind of flex
Oh.
it and see
Yeah.
what goes with that. Because I know Risk It plays Lucian as well.
And it looked so good. I mean, a triple flex, lane prio. EGL used it okay. We saw Lucian kind of go face checking a couple times and getting punished, but the pressure was still there. They still used it with the control in mind. It wasn't ideal all the time,
Right.
but
But it was there.
The idea was there, and it did the trick.
Yeah.
So, hey, and
Sticking
we see
with the Cho.
Cho'Gath. Yeah.
Man, they really don't want that cryptic on the Cho, huh?
Yeah.
He only played one game, too, with
Yeah.
Cho'Gath.
It's a good, and if you don't have a good answer, and
Senna.
Senna hits the
Yeah.
ban, so that's the first change in pick ban. We see Risk It not wanting to pick it up. I wonder if he's going to default back to the Ezreal.
Yeah.
Kind of a Sven moment in that game where it's like, oh, Ezreal
Yeah,
just
just
doesn't
keeps
do
playing it.
enough.
Right.
I just feel like it does a lot and scales and it's safe, but it just, with them focusing on bot lane so much, usually you see Ezreal picked as a weak side, farm and chill. We're going to get top mid ahead, but that's just not FN's playstyle, and the Lucian actually hits the ban, so they
Okay.
don't want the first pick on
Yeah.
blue side.
Yeah, I wonder if he just takes the Ezreal right
Right.
away and stays safe. Corky
Yeah,
flex.
Corky
Yeah.
flex. Kind of the same idea, but just not as strong early. Swain not being banned, I wonder if it's going to get picked again. I mean, it looked really
Yeah.
good. It looked great.
Yeah,
So
the
did.
Malphite Shen still up as well, so we'll
Yeah.
see.
yeah, and I think that would have a happy time playing in the Malphite Shen.
Yeah.
Caitlyn
Caitlyn,
comes through.
yeah, and that's Caitlyn Morg is a very scary bot lane. And you don't want to get hit by a binding because you're getting trapped, you're getting netted, you're getting double headshot into a Q, and your health
Yep.
bar is going
Yeah,
away. But
it hurts when you can't play the Caitlyn, especially on blue side. Like that Kate, Aphelios, all that being first picked on blue side.
Yeah,
if you
it's
can't
so
do
good.
it kind of hurts.
yeah, we see some hovers here. They're not going for the Morg. We did see Morg banned for. Oh, then they go back to
go
it. We
back.
saw it banned in
Yeah,
game one.
they
so-
always ban. FN
Yeah,
does.
FN always has been banning the Morgana, but having to change those to the Senna set, we see that pick that was banned coming through, and they obviously don't like playing against it because it neutralizes Super Thig, MVP of the league, and
Right.
when you can take him and kind of put him on the back seat,
Ooh,
it's a
the
big
brand locking.
yeah, and that's probably going to be support with the
Yeah.
Corky. Black Shield is going to be very nice against the stun, but
It
you
will
still
be.
eat the W,
Correct.
which isn't fun. But I feel like Caitlyn just beats down Brand.
Yeah.
Yes.
If he
yes.
does the W, she just nets out
Correct.
and autos him until he's dead. He's very squishy, and
Yep.
the Ornn hover, with Swain up, I don't know.
Really thinking about it there.
Yeah, not.
Maybe an Aatrox. Usually the Aatrox is an answer to the Ornn. Usually that's an even
Cryptic with his
matchup.
favorite pajama Urgot hover. Yeah, we all want to see that. Or Cryptic. Oh, but Hecarim.
Yeah, Hecarim got banned first game.
Yeah,
to
so we
Hecarim
see
come
them
through-
really get punished.
Oh.
Morgana, Hecarim both banned game 1.
Yeah.
And not banned game 2 and picked right away. And see
I
if
don't
they
like to see the Brand on Super Thick because he's like the playmaker, and I feel like if they
Yes.
can just engage on him and shut him down, like
Yeah.
they're gonna be very hesitant to do
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, he's kind of like the go button. We've seen him on
Yeah.
Bard, same thing. Bard going in, starting the fights with the ult, with the Q, really controlling the pace of the game. And Brand, although is very lane dominant,
Yeah.
is kind of answered by Caitlyn Morg. So picking it into it is interesting. I mean,
Correct. Correct.
ideally it's answered by Kate Morg. You never know.
Well, because
Yeah.
even the harass from Morgana, her pool is a longer range than
Brand,
Brand's
yeah.
W. So Brand is get a little closer. So
And gets in range
you're
of
not
the
gonna,
Q.
right?
And
He's
you
gonna
know,
take more
Caitlyn
damage.
auto just
Yep.
to get the W. Interesting. And then Shen
Again, very
banned
immobile champion.
by
so.
FN, and then 2 junglers, AD junglers, and we talked about J4 Rek'Sai being Demon Rulers. Like, they're kind of saying, we want you on Jarvan. We're totally
Yeah.
fine with that.
Yeah.
And then Olaf, another jungler that is very good early game and falls off mid to late game, unless you have a Yumi riding on your back.
I was gonna say the
Malphite
Malphite
ban.
would have been still been up if they didn't ban him.
Yeah, so Shen is still available.
Nope, Shen's been banned.
Oh,
on
sorry,
Shen.
I missed
Yeah.
that.
Interesting to
Swain,
see
maybe?
that those are the bans. Like, Ornn is completely fine playing into those.
Right.
So,
The
yeah.
Ornn's very fine playing into those.
Yeah, so interesting bans coming out here. Maybe just not wanting to play against that engage and that global pressure, but you would probably want to protect the Ornn since he's probably going to be weak side. And we see the Cyan coming out,
Yeah.
another tank initiation. So if that's what they were wanting to not play against, oh, they get to play against it anyways.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
Gilio pulled that out against Alex and played it very well
Yes,
too. in
yeah,
that
very
lane.
well.
That was a Singe game, right?
That one and also against
Oh,
Ornn,
yeah,
I think
yeah.
he played one
Yeah.
game.
Yeah,
Yep.
that was sad. And Poppy hovers, so this is probably jungle,
This
I'm
is
assuming.
jungle. Yeah.
Poppy jungle is pretty
Yeah.
decent, and Kindred coming out.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Um,
they'll have a lot of AP if they lock in that Gragas. So
Yeah, Kindred a very good jungler if
I
went
honestly
ahead.
would
She's
prefer the
struggles.
Graves.
Yeah,
into
Graves
this.
seems like just the better option
Right. If
of
you're
the
gonna go-
marksman. And then 80 carry is going to be saving last pick for 80 carry is interesting.
I've never seen Riskit play any of those champs being hovered right now. So
Yeah, I'm interested to see what he goes with. Sivir
interesting.
being
Okay.
locked in, so that's to counter the Morgana
Yeah.
binding. Yeah, and
You can't
Sivir
counter
is,
everything, though.
Yeah,
That's-
Sivir is kind of like the supportive 80 carry who at 6 items just takes off. But you have to get to 6 items. So
Yeah.
scaling again, Kindred, good mid-game champion, not hard engaged. They do have the Ornn, but we kind of talked about last game. FN really likes when the other team brings the fight to them.
Right.
And EGL is saying, we are bringing the fight to you. We're going to Scion ult, Vigar cage around it, and then Hecarim's going to be flying in.
Yeah.
And we'll kind of see him on the other side. Last game, FN was on the hard engage. EGL is on the hard engage this game, and see if FN is able to fight back, like kite just enough, and then turn and do all their damage.
I'm just gonna say if Ornn goes in, he's by himself. That
Yeah,
whole fight,
I mean,
dude.
last game we saw the Senna didn't get touched. Who's
Right.
getting to Caitlyn?
Who's gonna get to
on that team
Caitlyn?
comp?
Yeah,
Like,
I don't see.
You had the Vigor to zone everybody out. You had the Morgana to zone everybody. Like
Yeah,
who's
the traps
getting to Caitlyn?
themselves, and
Right.
it's going to be very hard to get on.
Yeah,
top
and an
of.
interesting interaction. Vigar with Kindred. Kindred drops the ult. Vigar can just put the cage around and then be like, all right,
Yeah.
good luck. We're going to be in here. And if you try to leave, you are going to get stunned.
It's gonna be interesting. I want to see how FN's gonna pull this off.
Yeah, both the team comps are very interesting. FN has a lot of damage. Last game, they did not have
True.
enough damage to
True.
get through frontline and stuff.
True.
This game, they are all damage, and then
Yeah.
an Ornn just a big chill, I guess. But Vigar, and we've seen Corki be so successful for FN. Vigar seems like a great answer.
Right.
Vigar gets to the point. He just QR by Corki.
Right, and that's the
You're-
thing. Like that's if it's just gonna be a farming lane and FN's gonna look to scale, that scale actually goes towards Vigor.
Yeah.
Just because he has more one-shot potential than the Corki does.
Yeah, Corki, if he doesn't die, and maybe Kindred can save him, etc.
Right.
But I think Vygar Caitlyn is just very oppressive. Early game, Caitlyn's so good. Mid game, she's okay. And late game, she's very good as well.
Yep.
Sivir is, she's a Nexus turret at 6 items, but you have to get to 6 items. That's the thing.
That's the pick that really confuses me is the Sivir.
The Sivir pick.
Yeah, and even like Jhin would have been nice. I think he kind of answers Caitlyn. Caitlyn does have the longer range, but once Jhin gets the Storm Razor, he autos Caitlyn and he can just run her down and just does more damage.
Yeah.
And they already had the Corki and the Brand for the damage over time, so they could have used the Burstier 80 carry. Now they just have Sivir, Ricochet, Corki kind of. So they're going to have a very good sustained if they can survive the Hecarim all-in, the Scion, the Vygar. So they EGL has a lot of burst and get in your face, and FN really wants to kite that back and do the damage over time. So very different team comps here.
Yeah, very controlled on EGL's side. It's just going to be very hard to team fight versus those guys.
Right. Yep. Yeah, and I think if FN gets ahead, like they have scaling, and once again, if they get ahead, they should be able to get to that late game faster. But I just really struggle to see how they contest like dragons and stuff, and we saw EGL be very organized and kind of come in with a game plan last game.
Yeah.
And they took everything.
I'm just looking at FN's comp. It looks like they don't even want to fight at all, though.
Yeah,
I think they need to early focus that Vygar
right?
any lane to
FN's
just get
comp
him
looks
down.
like a solo queue comp.
That's what it looks like. Like it looks like they don't want to fight. Like
380 carries, a Brand, and an Ornn.
Like Kindred, if she's gonna go for a gank, there's really no lane you can really gank unless Brand lands the stun on his combo.
Yeah, and you have Black
hard.
Shield.
Yeah, Black Shield.
They're counting on a lot of peel.
They're counting on a lot of everything. Yeah.
Yeah, Bearson's gonna have to peel his butt off, and Kindred ult has to be on point.
Yeah.
If Kindred ult is not on point, I feel like they just get ran down. Hecarim very good, and Kindred is more of like a meta jungler than last game we saw the Jarvan. We kind of talked. Jarvan's kind of out of the flavor of the month.
Yeah.
Kindred, Hecarim, Evelynn, Set are kind of these Graves. Kindred is kind of like usually the answer. She's like picked into Graves. She's picked into Trundle. These kind of picks where she can really duel them. She can duel Hecarim, but once Hecarim gets on her, she is no fun because he just does a lot of damage. Interesting to see the summoners out of Hecarim. Is he going to go the Ignite Smite, or is he going to go Ghost? We've been seeing a lot of Ghosts. He does take the Ignite, so if he
doesn't go the Phase Rush Hecarim though.
Oh yeah, he's going Conqueror, so a little bit more sustained damage.
Yeah.
And he's going to be getting in there, so it's a lot less snowbally than the Phase Rush, but it's a lot better team fight.
Yes.
And Kindred going the Conqueror as well, and
the cleanse on burn too, and no TP on that.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he has to have it because if he gets in that baby cage and Hecarim rolls in, he's going to have no fun.
Done, yeah.
I didn't even get to see the skins again. Everyone has too good of PCs. Come on. I saw Demon Ruler does have the new Kindred skin. That's one of my favorite skins
That's a really
in the game.
good skin. That's one of that. I think that's one of the best skins.
See if
out of the
Bearson
last
gets caught top here.
Yeah, we see EGL going for a 5-man invade. They really did take a page out of FN's book here. And Sion should walk down.
Yeah, here it goes.
Oh, Bearson.
He's going to have to flash.
Yep.
Yeah.
He does the early flash, gets hit with the binding, but now he's just got a big target on his back. Sure, Ornn is, as we always say, mage, tank, assassin. He's been kind of scaled back. His damage isn't as high, but he still brings so much to the team.
Yes.
But without that flash, he could be an early target, and if this Ignite Hecarim can get snowballing, he is very
get out of control really fast.
And they have no answers for him on. You have 3 marksmen into a Hecarim. Super Thig will have to stun him, and
even with the ult, you can't stop that.
Yeah,
so no peel is gonna work on that.
No, and Ornn doesn't want to be peeling. Ulting back towards his team. He wants to be, hitting the back line, hitting the Caitlyn, hitting the Vygar. And if Hecarim runs past, he's going to be
he missed it.
free season. And Gilio.
I think he's done that twice. I've seen him do that twice.
I didn't see it.
I'm amazed with the brand runes for Electrocute. I get it, but honestly, I feel like Dark Harvest would maybe a little bit better.
and being the only AP damage on their
Right.
team. I mean, Corki does do
Yeah, he's
majority
got the hybrid, but
AP, but like pure AP, yeah. And we see Caitlyn why she's very good right now. She outranges everyone.
Yeah.
And paired with the Morgana, very interesting binding there, but very long range. Just if binding lands, trap goes down, and then it's just pain train for whoever gets hit. Yeah, and this top lane probably gonna be very uninteractive.
yeah. I'm curious to see if Hecarim tries to pressure any lanes.
He
Yeah.
needs to. He
Yeah,
needs
he
to.
needs
That's
to.
what he's there for. He doesn't pressure any lanes, then it's gonna be.
Yeah, we've seen
It'll be a-
Hecarim be like the mid game monster, but if you take the ignite to have early pressure. If you don't have the ghost, you need to have these early ganks pay off. Otherwise, it's just a wasted summoner. And it's not like there's a lot of healing on the other side where Ignite's
Correct.
gonna like answer it.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Morello, but
Both junglers bot side too. It looks like Viz is just kind of chilling out to see where Kindred's going.
yeah, he might be looking to see if there's gonna be a level 2
Ooh.
engage from
Yeah.
Brand.
He's gonna be in that tri-bush first. Oh, he's just going for it.
He's just going
Wow.
all in and super thick, and he puts the black shield. He
Got
gets
a
the
flash.
Gets the flash. So
I don't know if he needed to flash there.
Oh, I think he would have been fine, but yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, and this mid lane is also probably going to be uninteractive too.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of farming lanes. Everyone sit back, get your popcorn ready for
And
a
just
fun mid game.
watch until everyone hits 6.
Yeah, and risk it having good spell shields, and that's why you pick the Sivir here into the Morgana, is to spell shield that, and she brings some utility to the team, similar to like Senna and Ashe, where you can speed up everyone, and that'll help Kite, but you can't outrun a Hecarim.
Yeah,
He's a horse for a
he's
reason.
gonna run it down.
Nice trade on Bearsong.
I wonder if he's going to go for a recall here. Oh, he's Ornn. He doesn't need a recall.
No,
he just
he
built.
doesn't.
He just
Just
builds his
build it.
item. I forgot. I forgot that was in his kit too. But yeah,
Nice freeze going down here.
Yeah,
Unless
and-
they decide to push this, but
And with the and this is where Brand is good. Once they get low, he can really threaten like a lot of damage. His passive is very good at this stage of the game,
Right.
just doing the damage over time. And Sivir, although she doesn't have a ton of damage, her Q and auto reset with W is very strong. And they
Wow,
don't
very
actually,
nice.
yeah, they didn't have
Ooh,
vision.
missed
and
times it.
he missed the spell shield, and then
Oh, he doesn't get the charge.
Dragon actually missed the trap. He put the trap behind Sivir, so Riskit was able to flash over the trap. And if that headshot comes through, he might be dead here.
yeah, they're very fortunate not to die there.
And Pai is just landing all these Qs, whether it's into Black Shield or not. And Super Thick does not have flash, but
That's done. First
Hecarim's
blood.
going for both.
Ooh, right outside of tower range. You could have.
Yeah, that was close, and we actually see the Ignite go down on him, and Super Thick maybe thinking he has to make a play here. Both Caitlyn and Hecarim are very low, but
Yeah.
if he walks up and gets hit by a binding, he's just dead.
Yeah.
So
That was a good regank from Fizz. Very good regank.
And we
from
knew,
him.
and he knew Brand didn't have flash, but he actually just said, "I'm not going for you. I'm going for Sivir." So he blew both her sums
Yo.
and got the kill on her.
Yeah, it's
It was
nice
a little
dragon
greedy,
call, too,
but
by the Kindred
Yes.
and Brand to get that going when they know Hecarim's backing on that.
Yeah, get something.
Yeah,
right? They have to
try
get
to make
something
a
off of
trade.
it. But yeah, the Hecarim maybe a little greedy, but it ended up paying off with him going for the Sivir. If he doesn't get the kill there, it's a big question mark on like, oh, why didn't you just kill the flashless Brand? But
Right.
it worked out, and yeah, more farming.
It's like we said. I've been picked a team comp that doesn't really want to fight, so
Yep.
they're just waiting.
Yeah, they're all scaling right now.
Yeah, they're
waiting
all
for
just
that.
waiting for the 6th, and then the later game. That's all they're waiting for.
Yeah. The farm alarm. I can't wait to hear it from Zion. But yeah, Viz doing a great job. He's on these ganks. You see he has got 3 camps up, but he's looking for kills. He's looking for pressure, and
Yeah.
that's exactly what he has to do.
Cryptic's doing
I
very
want to
well
see
in
this Kindred to go mid on the Vigar. He's throwing
Right.
his E very offensively. If he
Correct.
throws that and you just wait for it and gank him, then he's kind of caught out.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, what does Vygar do to a Kindred that's running at him with no cage?
Right.
He's just, even if Corki can't get in, like he W'd out of the cage or something, Kindred can just do at least a lot of damage to him.
Yeah.
he might not 100 to 0 him, but he at least answers and makes him respect it.
Right.
Let me see more tank v tank. Awesome action. And Gilio playing this well.
3-man roam towards top,
could
or
get a
2-man roam
freeze
towards
here.
top.
Yeah, and
Gets the Kindred.
that's
She
a
has
great
the flash.
great interaction there.
Yeah.
Hecarim actually pushing Kindred into the Vigar stun, which was very cool.
Lost Scuttle as well.
Yeah, loses the mark, and it's marked, right? Was it marked? I couldn't
I'm not
tell.
sure on that. Again, it looks like miscommunication. Like, Burn Victim wasn't in lane. Kindred's going up to that Scuttle even though there's no pressure
No,
mid.
yeah,
so.
no mid prio. Mid prio is how you get everything. You can't try and take things without mid prio. Otherwise, you got to risk burning your flash, burning summoners, dying, that stuff. So you need mid prio. Play around mid. You're in Discord call. You should be able to communicate this kind of stuff. But yeah, not a lot of action.
Brand had some pretty good harassing moments down there because they've
Yeah.
already been half health, so they
And-
can't put any pressure that they're supposed to be putting on.
Yeah, and it's a good answer, but hopefully they don't get 100 to 0'd. But I would like to see EGL punish the Brand when he does throw his spells out instead of just running
they're all
out.
skill shots,
Yeah, they're
yeah.
all skill shots, and once he has them down, he's offline
Yes.
for like 8 seconds, 10 seconds.
Yes.
So once he uses them, even if you get hit by them, you can return some of that damage, not just take it and walk away and then wait 8 seconds and take it again.
Right.
Got to play around those cooldowns, and but not dying is the key here.
You're talking about an advanced skill to work around cooldowns.
And another thing, I wonder if the build from Sivir is going to be like full crit. Is she going to go Essence into IE, or is she going to stop for a Zeal item? I'm not too familiar with Sivir builds right
Yeah,
now.
it looks like Essence with that first buy there.
I was wondering if she was going to fall for the Manamune trap that all these AD carries seem to be building
true.
nowadays. But they already have Corki with the Manamune. You don't want two people building Manamune because then you're like mid-early game just is lacking all that damage. We see Bearson just eating the full combo, tanking minions. But it's tank v tank, so.
Yeah, and Hecarim ult is online, so.
Yeah, that's gonna change the game.
And it looks like he's going right to bot lane.
Yeah.
He knows
he's
the
going back.
He knows the target. And Sivir Flash is coming up in just a little bit. There's a little sliver on that little box over there, I think. But Brand
barely.
does have Flash, and they're actually recalling, so maybe change of plans. And I don't think they can kill top unless they have a really good Scion ult. They have to like chain the CC, but Orange just so tanky, and he's actually going Adaptive Helm first here.
It's probably not even worth to throw that many resources in to get the kill on the top laners.
And Corki is difficult to gank as well, whereas if he W's the Fear, if you can't get the cage into like the knockback like we saw him do with onto the Kindred, I think he should just try and hunt this Kindred down and try to fight him.
Good
That's what I
rift call
feel
too
like
by the
too, like,
Kindred. They're
do
doing
something.
that under the radar kind of.
Yeah.
Rift Herald. And this is against the flow of pressures. There's nothing to trade on the bot lane, and they're kind of behind. They have a weaker mid lane right now with
Herald just went down.
Manamune. So against the flow of like the game, they do get the Rift Herald, which is gonna help their tempo.
Yeah, I
lot.
would have expected that Dragon and Rift to go on to EGL side with the lanes they have.
Yeah. So FN getting that is very big.
Yeah.
And will help get them back online. And yeah, we see Super Thig just doing a lot here, but we
And
see
you
the
got-
four-man
the ulties.
ADC in 2020. Yeah, and if he's going to have to burn the flash again. Oh, no ult out of the Hecarim, but Super
he got
Thig
the
walks
stun.
into the stun, but doesn't get punished. Yeah, I wonder if Caitlyn would have just walked up.
Corki's down with
Corki
package.
does have package, but I feel like if they
dodges the bind.
yeah, the counter gank is here for Kindred and Corki, and is he gonna do
What?
it?
I feel
That's
like
the thing.
he
I was gonna.
My mom's telling me no.
They got objectives though, so there'd be no reason for them to do that.
Yeah, and Corki saving package until the dragon.
Oh,
But a lot of damage from Vigar. And we see TP coming in from the Ornn. Where is the Scion?
He's running.
Here.
He's gonna run
So
down.
is he gonna press R? Press R. He's coming in, and we see the package going 50-50. Kindred gets
Kindred
the
gets
smite.
it.
But who's going to live from this fight? We see Ornn going down. Corki low. Gets the kill on Morgana. Caitlyn flashing forward. Q's gets the kill.
Corki.
And Gilio is tanking so much in the back. Hit the blast ban. You can do it. He's not doing it. I don't know what's happening.
He got stunned. He got stunned.
I thought he was just like taunting him.
No, he got stunned.
So 2 for 2 there. That wasn't the worst. And they also got Dragon.
also got Dragon.
If
So
you're
win
FN,
for
you're
it.
looking
Yeah.
pretty
And
happy,
they're scaling. So they got Rift. double dragon with the scaling comp.
Yeah.
And Vygar does scale, but you know his cage brings a lot of pressure. I guess with package, I'm not even sure who outscales who in that lane. Corki scales very well, both of them. They equal.
Corki's definitely going to do more consistent damage, but
Right.
the Vygar is going to be a menace later if he can scale up.
And I'm interested to see Viz's build. So he built Cinderhulk first, which is very defensive, and now looks like he's working on the Merc Treads.
Yeah, there's no Sheen coming out to at least
Yeah,
help with
no
the damage.
Triforce.
Right.
A lot of times when you are ahead and you want to snowball, you see him go for the Triniforce either after the Blue Smite or just right after the Talisman.
Right.
So a very interesting build here, especially Merc Treads. He's building Merc Treads for Brand. They have 380 carries and you're not building tabbies is a very interesting take here. And he actually interrupted the W here. He should be dead.
Yeah.
No cleanse, no flash.
There's no need to be pushed up that far at this point.
And he's Corky. He can farm from long range. And Wing into the baby cage is no fun. I don't know what the actual name of that ability is. Twitch chat if you can help me out. But I just call it the baby cage. And Dragon getting caught out here. Gonna have to
nice engage.
just gonna die, yeah.
And that was a mistake on his part. He should have.
Yeah, and Super Thick,
There's
very
no vision.
patient. He
Yes.
waited for Caitlyn to walk all the way up, and she did it with open arms.
Right.
And she was dead. And the one thing Brand is very good at is pushing the wave for your 80 carry to get a good back time. He WEs, and the wave's almost dead. So then, Event Horizon. Thank you.
Big lots.
It's the baby cage. And yeah, so Sivir getting lane prio into the Caitlyn is very interesting.
Yeah, credit to the bot lane. We kind of
Very well.
gave them a little crap for those picks, but they're doing
executing
pretty well
them
with
very well.
Yeah.
And Sivir, you know, once she gets her items, once she gets the Essence Reaver, and she's very mana hungry, so once she can sustain that mana with Essence Reaver, she can like one-shot waves. She's very good at wave clearing. It's just like the damage is not Caitlyn level and some of these other meta 80 carries. And Pi kind of looking, finding why Morgana first pick is sometimes risky. I mean, Brand in theory, he W's you. You don't black shield it. You black shield the stun, but it's not that easy to execute. It's very quick. Are you going to get hit by the W? You don't want to waste it because then you could just get E stunned.
Right.
It's not as easy to execute the black shield as a lot of people think. But a big 1v1 here. And we see them trading ults, smacking each other.
Ooh.
The Ram going up. They're focusing on top lane.
You got a teleport coming down bot. Oh, that's
TP,
Vigor coming down.
Vigar coming down, and this might be a big... Oh, he gets the Event Horizon. Super Thick's going to sacrifice himself. Give the kill over to
and that
Caitlyn.
TP difference, too.
And
Ornn.
Ornn solo killed Sion under tower. So maybe the Observer was not...
Meanwhile, Corky's getting a nice push, so
Yeah,
we'll see if
Corky-
he gets that.
Corky's going to get some damage, but no plates.
I think first tower goes to... Ooh,
Yeah.
never mind.
Well, the Herald came earlier, and he
Herald
got
came
those
in.
plates,
Okay,
so
I didn't
he's
see the
kind of in good
Herald.
shape.
Yep, so he was ahead because of the Herald, but Vygar getting those 2 kills, getting 2 kills on Caitlyn when she was kind of
Yep.
struggling to push the wave, and now she's unlocked. She can go to the top lane, get the tower, get second rift, and this is where Caitlyn wants to be, even though it's not usually how you get there.
Yeah,
usually
she's
you
still
get there
feeling
with your
alright.
usually get there with your lane dominance, but she got to that point. Now she can move around the map and spread this tempo and turn that into objectives, ideally. I couldn't think of the word right there.
Yeah,
You got
Dragon
so
coming
sucked
up in
in.
40 here. We'll see if
they need to
EGL
get
can
this
take
dragon.
one.
Yeah.
Yep, so instead of going top, it's probably going to be mid for dragon control and look for Vygar to maybe just clear in the bot lane. Those are your 2 key members. You have TP on Sion. Probably going to go to the top lane and just chill with Ornn. Ornn does not have TP, though, so...
I noticed, too, Vygar has a Comet, and he's building the Glacial build.
Yeah,
So-
interesting.
Kind of hate to see that.
You hate to see it. Maybe a misclick.
Looks like he's building towards Twin Shadows, too.
Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
We forgot to change his runes.
Yeah, maybe. But
That's a bit unlucky there.
unlucky. We'll chalk it up.
Oh, nice package.
Yeah, package onto the Vygar. Burns the flash, but that's a big cooldown for this dragon fight.
Yep. No black shield as well.
Yeah, Brand doing a lot of damage here.
Good job zoning.
Yeah,
by
I
FN.
want to see the good Vent Horizon by
Ooh.
Vygar, but he's just running it down. Dies to the Ram coming back, and a huge Ornn ult on 3-man. Kills the Vygar, but
Corky's throwing the
Sion's
back
on
line, too.
Sivir. Yep, and they just blow up Hecarim. Sivir's going to go down, but Is he gonna die? What do you think?
No.
Nope. Oh, I thought he waved that.
Oh, he
between
got
the
it.
min-
He got
that
it
went
right,
between the
right
minions.
Wow.
Yep, nice
Oh
shot.
my goodness!
Sniped him. Well, they're finding what they need to do. So
Yeah.
FN is doing very well with their team comp.
Vigar kind of ran it down there.
Yeah,
I'm not
he
gonna lie.
Kind of
He did.
engaged.
He just walked in,
Ahead
he
of his
engaged with his
tanks
body. So he has the slow build with no glacial augment.
Yeah, that's
So
really hurting him, I
stunting
feel
his
like.
damage, and you could build survivability. He could build Zonias, so when Corki does package in, he can like survive a little bit. Anything's better than these items,
Yeah.
I think.
And that's the whole point too. So they really have to contest this next dragon. If that goes down, it's almost an
Yeah.
Right.
instant guarantee with
and
Mountain
it's
Soul.
Right.
Mountain Soul with an Ornn.
Yep.
Yikes! You hate to see it. Yeah, I just am very confused on this Vigar build, and yeah, Twitch chat. Ornn did do a lot of work that fight. He had a 3-man ult, killed the Vigar with it, and then just did Ornn things. Tanked.
Yeah, FN is doing a good job blowing that Morg shield early and then just engaging after it's down.
Yeah, and we see
Oh,
Cryptic caught out here, but
wow.
he just presses R on Risk it, and he's dead. Holy, that's what you get from Vigar. You
Yep.
just press R, and Kindred was far enough away, she couldn't save him. And that's the difficult chess match is when does he pull the trigger and does Kindred react with R? But if they're separated, you can't cast the Kindred ult onto a teammate like you
Correct.
could back in the day.
Yeah.
So Risk it getting a little cheeky. He was in that bush, kind of like flanking, like we saw Super Thick do to Caitlyn. And Cryptic walked down, happy-go-lucky, and just blew him up. The utility on these items are good, but they're just not as good as they could be with Glacial.
Yeah.
Like, they're still, like, decent items, but...
I would have liked the full damage build if he's going
That's
for
what
the
I was.
Comet anyway.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Right. I think he should have noticed that he had the wrong runes and just adjusted to a different type of play style.
He already
Yeah.
bursted the Sivir down super fast, but he'd be doing even more damage.
Right.
off
Yeah.
that.
He wouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah. Just QW'd and maybe popped him. Because these are all squishy targets. Maybe that's why he's building this. Maybe he's like, the targets I'm going to press R on are all squishy.
Yeah.
I don't need the
Maybe
full
he's
AP.
300 IQ. I don't
So
know.
I'm going to build some more utility items and still one shot
Yeah,
and
chill.
have utility. Maybe he's just 5 head.
He's ahead of the curve.
Yeah. Yeah, Vigar press the outplay button. Press R. That's all he's got to do. And I really like the draft, actually. And I didn't think about this, and we saw it a little bit, but Hecarim can really, like, cause some KO. But Sion with a great flank.
that was
Super
very
thick flashes
close.
it. And Vigar tries to follow up. Not too much, but Hecarim can cause a lot of chaos in the middle of the event horizon,
Yep.
and that's pretty cool.
Meanwhile,
and we see
okay,
a
DC from
pause. Is
Cryptic.
maybe
Meanwhile,
Good,
Corky's
good
getting a free
DC.
push up top side.
yeah, and Corky's just free farming. He's
Yeah.
gonna be scary.
Yeah. You got Ornn on the bot side as well too. Getting most likely probably getting that because that tower's low too. So.
Yep, and he really wants to hit 14 so he can get the upgrades here.
Yeah.
And 13 he gets the upgrades. He already has the upgraded Sunfire, so he just needs the gold for the adaptive helm, and then he'll be upgrading other people's items at 15, 16. They keep changing it. Cryptic DC'd. Twitch yet. Vindy is an inter. I don't know. And he's back, so changing runes, be right back. I think he's a little late for that. Maybe he just noticed he had the wrong runes.
Maybe. Maybe.
So
It looks like a totally different game too. Like FN's actually playing around their team comp well.
Yep.
They're fighting well around dragons.
taking a couple odd, like that top lane gank on
Yeah.
Vigar. The thing with Sivir, she can spell shield the ult and the stun, but didn't do either of those and just died.
Yeah, you really don't need to at that point. They already have the 3 dragons, the rift. Just take the advantage and push it.
Just push. You're outscaling with your carries. Like
Right.
when you're ahead, Corky does do a lot in team fights if he's not getting one shot. I'm interested to see his third item. Is he going to go Hex Drinker? Will that even save him? I don't know.
Yeah.
Or just play around the Lamb's respite. But yeah, if they get this 4th dragon, this game is going to be very difficult for the Vigar to burst because they could. Then if
Right.
the Hexstringer comes through, it's that much less likely to
Right.
be one shot by the Vigar. Mountain Soul is just so efficient with, and we're resuming in 4. Yay! So the dragon rolls, both games being Mountain, has been good for both teams actually. And this Cyan not having the kind of impact that the Swain had
Correct.
last game.
And getting 1v1'd up there.
Yeah, that 1v1
against the
death
Iron.
hurts, but it happens, I guess.
A little over ambitious on the ulti.
Yeah. And
Just run at the Veigar, let him blow you up.
yeah. I wonder what FN's going to do here. Are they just going to say, we're chilling until
Yeah,
Dragon?
they kind of
should.
don't really have to do anything. They can just wait for the Dragon, like you said, and maybe pop Rift when that's about up.
Right.
So.
Oh, yeah, they do have the Rift, and they can just throw it in the top lane and say, we're going to the Dragon.
It's almost, yeah, it's close.
Oh, it's almost up?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a quarter of the way.
It is.
Dragon's in a minute, so they're probably going to have to use that before, actually.
Yeah.
Maybe they just put it in the top lane and let it push. They could do that. Cyan doesn't have TP. Ornn does have TP.
Yeah, they might just let Ornn just run with it and see what they can get.
See what happens. Yeah, I think Veigar has to pop this Corki. He's getting to the point. Once that Muramana's finished, he's very scary.
Correct.
Sivir as well. She's only on 1 item, so she's not really a threat yet. She needs like 3. Zeal, Essence, and IE before she's a real big...
Yeah, they decided to put it mid.
Mid.
They have a nice mid push going, actually. So.
Yeah, and they do have package up, so I wonder if Corki's going to back for package for this Dragon fight. Kind of will waste the Rift if they do that.
Yeah, they're just staying mid.
Yeah, they're staying mid. Probably the right call to get a charge, maybe, and I don't
No,
even
they're
think they're
not.
going to. Because, yeah, Corki has to go back for the package. And this is really good timing and playing around the package with Dragons. That's the best way to play Corki, I think. It's so nice that they're kind of in sync with timings.
Yeah, it's like a free Rumble ult on top of everything.
Yeah.
So.
It does too much damage, and people don't realize it. You stand on it, and your health is just...
It just falls.
And just mobile. You can play a lot more
Pop the
risky.
Sivir ult.
Yeah, Sivir ult going in. Brand running in.
Kindred ready to hop over.
Yeah, and Kindred can hop over, press R. Yep, and see if... And Hecarim smites it
someone
while...
smited for sure
He did that late, too. It wasn't even like it was...
Oh, and Burn Victim
Get
picks
the
up the soul.
Yeah, this is game probably.
Yeah, it was just such a terrible smite.
Maybe not the end right now, but it's going to be
Yeah,
very
it's
hard for
hard,
EGL to...
yeah.
Well, and they might even get... Nope, Kindred's down. I was going to say, they could even Baron off this. They still could. They have a lot of damage, and they have Ornn to tank. Yeah, so Kindred ulted, and then after a second into the ult, Viz smited the Dragon.
Yeah.
And you can't smite Dragon and Kindred ult.
No.
It doesn't die. So the 50-50 wasn't really a 50-50 after that, but Burn Victim actually picks up the Dragon, so
Yeah.
it was still within killing distance.
Yeah.
It wasn't smote, I think is past tense.
Yeah.
Smoted, smite.
And he's been on point
Smitten.
with those packages, too, doing a
Yeah.
very good job, like CC and damage layering on top of dragons.
Yeah, when you're on soul point, it's just so hard when you are
Yeah.
coming into the Corki.
Right.
Ornn, like you have to run into them, and no fun.
But this goes back to what Brett said about they wait for the fights to come to them.
Yeah,
for
this
them
seems like
to
much more their
react.
comp.
Yeah.
Scaling.
They look a lot more comfortable just waiting for the other team to make a
Right,
mistake
make a
rather
mistake.
than them forcing it.
Yeah. And that's what I've been seeing the whole time. It's kind of like when they played the Jarvan, and the Jarvan went in and he was just there by himself, where it's the same as the Hecarim. He went in by himself
Yeah.
Yep.
and can't do much.
Yeah, and wonder if EGL is going to be thinking, like, what should we change now
Right.
that
Yeah.
this series is kind of going to evolve along with the game. So they smash game 1 with the Swain. They go away from the Swain,
Yeah.
and then play more standard. This is kind of like the standard team comps,
It is.
or the standard games we've saw FN all year.
Yeah.
Tank top just chilling up there, and then damage in the other roles, and Super Thig not on like the playmaking, but he's been doing a lot of damage.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
Damage
surprised if he
off
has
the
most
Brand.
damage because Brand just does all that AoE damage,
Correct.
and he's been hitting all the
Yep.
right targets and playing really well.
Landing those stuns when they needs to.
Yep.
It's been pretty crazy.
Yeah, they've been doing better playing around this Veigar.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of see like why the Glacial Augment build is so good. He slows and then he can put the cage down, and there's not a lot of answers. Whereas
Yeah.
this, like,
He's gotten some kills, but he's kind of been a non-factor other than a couple
Right.
ults on some
yeah,
stuff.
some
Yeah.
picks like in these team fights. You see why Veigar isn't like the team fight. He's not like a very
Yeah.
good control mage or anything because he just lacks like the.
I think I would have liked to
damage.
seen the Ori instead, because that was
Yeah.
still on the table.
That would have been.
and-
I would have agreed with you with that one.
And it just all the squishy targets along with like the Kindred. You just put the ball there and say, all right, once this ends, I'm pressing R. We see Corki with a BF and a Null Magic Mantle, so maybe just capitalizing off the Mountain Drake, getting the Null Magic Mantle, and chilling. He's not building it into anything. He's probably going for the Infinity Edge for the massive damage. But that Null Magic Mantle with the Mountain Soul just scales so well and helps him survive. If that makes the difference from him getting 100 to 0 or not, that's such a good purchase, even if it's just makes it less likely. He has to dodge all, or if QR doesn't kill, he has to get hit by QWR. It's just such a difference in how he can play these fights.
Yeah, Kate is still sitting on IE boots, so not doing a ton of damage right now, especially with that shield. It's going to be very hard for her to have a success.
Cryptic doing a lot of damage, but he's going to
go down.
I thought he was going to trade, and actually Morg kind of caught out here. But
Morg actually walked back into...
Sivir looking pretty decent. He's got the QSS for the Vygar stun, I'm assuming. He has Black Shield, or Spell Shield. Interesting. Probably wants to save the Spell Shield for the Vygar R, I guess. Safe. So, but he's delaying his Power Spike. He's not getting to the 3 item where he can really make
do
his
something.
make his effect on this game. And the Hecarim started out so good, but it's just he's just finishing Trinity Force, so his Power Spike has been so delayed, where if he would have skipped the Cinderhulk and win Trinity Force, he could have maybe ran away with this.
Yeah, now I feel like EGL doesn't have enough damage compared. They like flip-flopped how they're playing.
At least when the Hecarim was, he should at least gotten a Sheen first, second item at least.
And Phage is so good, it synergizes so well. You get the movement speed.
Right.
Like Trinity Force is just such a perfect item on Hecarim. It's feels kind of bad seeing it delayed. Cinderhulk is good. It makes him survive longer, but Hecarim is a snowball champion who had a lead and didn't snowball. So
this is where FN wants to be. Like
Elder
no fighting, just pushing lanes, push objectives, and that's
complete control. Elder in a minute.
Death push.
The other team has to come into them. They're Fnatic bushing. They're chilling. And Caitlyn getting the second item, finishes the rapid fire is nice.
Yeah, EGL is really on a timer here. They have to walk into this dragon. They can't give that up.
Correct.
Yeah. Otherwise, the game's over. Yeah. Sivir with an Elder Dragon sounds very spooky. Yeah. She bounces all those crits, and you can just hear pop, pop, pop.
TP from Sion.
See, it's nice to see FN bring back like their vision game, because in the first game they didn't have a whole lot of vision on the field. So for them to bring all this vision and the objectives that they needed, it's very and the Hecarim gets caught.
Ooh. Has to ult out. That's almost guaranteed that dragon's going to
I was going to say, he's no health. He's going to have to make a hero play here. Or we're going to have to see a miss smite with...
package still up on Corki. Oh, uses it.
Uses it onto the Vygar. Very good use. Gets the Vygar out of the fight.
Misses the Ornn all.
But, Ornn's just so tanky. And everyone's just going to go down
Corki
here.
Just got blown. Not Corki. Blows Vygar up.
Yeah. And they just don't have damage. And FN has nothing but damage.
Right.
And this Ornn just face tanking so well. Oh, but we see flash of forward.
Yeah.
Pops Kate. And this is more of the FN we were expecting to see. And I wonder if he knows Viz is there.
He's going to get insta pop if he walks in there.
He can't do anything. Oh, he almost gets the... Sivir almost gets the double kill right there.
Yeah, I was going to say. If she didn't flash earlier, she could have flash Q'd and just killed Hecarim. EGL just not having an answer to all this damage. And
they're going for the Baron, and if they get this, they can just back and push for the win.
Yeah, I think the Hecarim was a great pick. If he was able to snowball, I feel like all these carries would have had a much harder time dealing with him. And then the Vygar pick, although not like the worst pick, he can pop one, but if you have a control mage in a Zira, Orianna, or even a Syndra or something, you can just do so much sustained damage to these squishy targets and force them out of the fight. Where Sivir was we give it a little flack, but it's actually a good answer. He can spell shield Vygar, he can spell shield Morgana.
And the caster on caster matchup really kind of counters that Morgana.
Yeah, and Brand pretty much won the lane for the Sivir.
Yeah.
He was just doing damage enough where Caitlyn Morgana had to think twice about going in. Where like,
Popping
we're half
that black
health.
Shield.
Yeah, we're half health. If we go in, can we beat these full healths? We have
Correct.
a lot of damage, but we're taking it already, so that's a very big thing in the laning phase is health management. If you're fighting at half health, it's no fun.
The Ornn build.
Hey, he's
IE for
upgrading
Corki.
IE for Corki, which is huge. He actually upgraded the blade for Kindred
that's a
first.
lot of damage from the brand.
The burn. Oh, Sonya's.
He Zonya's it. That's oh! I forgot about Elder.
I was just waiting for that to pop.
Yeah, and I think this is gonna be all she wrote.
Yeah.
Caitlyn trying to do something.
She can't.
Oh,
that was
my
some
goodness
serious damage
gracious!
from the
Yeah,
Cork.
And that's the Molten Edge Corki right there.
Looking a lot less comfortable on that Caitlyn compared to the Senna in terms
That's the
of the
thing.
lane.
Yeah.
The Senna looks so clean, and yeah, the Caitlyn just not looking the same. And this is more of what we expected to happen.
Correct.
FN looking a lot more comfortable. I don't know if they were like nervous or what was going on
Maybe
in
a
that
little
first
nerves
game,
getting
but
3-1 incoming.
he's on it.
Had the predictions.
They just did it to spite us. They're like, they picked 3-0. Good luck.
Right.
But, I'd love to see EGL go back to the Swain. It was open.
Yeah, a little more damage on Cryptic, I think. I wasn't a fan
Burn
of the
victim with
Vigar
the
pick.
most.
Even with that
Yeah.
Glacial, I still would have liked to see him on a more consistent damage
Right.
carry.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, and even so, you have Caitlyn. She's kind of a burstier 80 carry. You have the burst mage, control mage mid, and then the Cyan wasn't a bad pick. You know, you get a tank, but with some more sustained damage. They have a lot of burst, but not a lot of sustain. So,
Yeah.
Right.
And the Hecarim with that early kill, that early lead, only doing 5,000 damage is really kind of disappointing.
Well, like you said, he got the first couple kills,
Yep.
but then after that you didn't see him the rest of the game.
no,
Yeah.
and then he was just farming,
Right.
chilling. But
Like he could have at least hunted for the Kindred because he already almost overpowered the Kindred.
yeah, and I
Right.
think
He
at
coulda
6
pushed
you can
Kindred
get
back.
on her so
Correct.
easy, and then you just run her down.
Yep.
And
And then you just
at
push her
least
out and then
ignite.
take her farm and then come back to your farm. Like a way that the jungler could have done it differently right there. Too.
Yeah.
So.
So definitely take a look at the draft. Maybe go back to what worked game one for EGL. But gonna take another quick break here. Do we have any cool video or anything this time? No, just gonna be a nice little break. So we'll see you in a little bit here. Give the team some time to talk about their draft and everything, and see you in less than 10 minutes.
We'll be back. Have a good one.